All right, y'all. What's up? The one thing that happened, we couldn't have happen. We couldn't have happen. We could not afford a tie. We cannot afford a tie. The one thing, I know what I'm talking about, man. And now we got the one thing we couldn't afford is a tie. Let me tell you why. We're going to go into the segment after. Man. All right. The Giants are 7-4-1. Like, this is what I do, man. I do this. The Giants are 7-4-1. Okay. The Washington Commanders are 7-5-1. If they end up 9-7-1, the tiebreaker does not matter. So we now, it doesn't matter that we beat both these teams. I went over a scenario where we don't get in because of this stupid tie. I went over a scenario that we don't get in. I pulled it up, and I was waiting on this game to end so I could record my segment. All right? At 9-8, at 9-7-1, the Washington Commanders are in. We're 9-8, and we miss out. That's the one thing we couldn't have happen. Now, Jimmy G got carted off. I don't know who the third-string quarterback or the backup quarterback is. Seattle, we need them to lose now. This tie destroys the head-to-head. Y'all don't understand that. This tie between these two teams destroys the head-to-head against the Detroit Lions. And the bad news is they play each other later on. What a way if we miss out like this. Right. Okay, Eric, that's true. But you got to understand, because I'm taking into account that the Lions will lose another game. And if we lose another game, and we go 9-8, we can still go 9-8 with a loss. Right. Okay, so listen, we're going to get into the post-game show, and I'm sorry. I'm going to bring in Dan Campbell's press conference. But you got to understand, if these teams play each other again, a tie is bad for the Detroit Lions, especially over these two teams because we own the tiebreaker, right? So that means if this team finishes 9-7-1 and we finish 9-8, they go over us. A tie is the worst thing that could have happened in this thing. The one thing we didn't need to happen. Now I'm going to show you something. And I promise we're going to get it. That sucks, man, because that just deflated me half to death because I think we got another loss in us. And if we lose another game and they don't, because I went through it. What's up, Vision? Says, I felt sad for J-Mo. He seemed sad. He was, because he's a football player, bro. He wants to play the game. All right, so I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. We're going to get into the post game, but I want to show you what I'm talking about because this matters to me. It might not matter to you, but it matters to me. And we're going to go over our usual post game show. All right, I'm going to blow this up so y'all can see it. All right. Okay, let me click off that, and I'm going to bring this in here. Welcome to the post-game show, guys. I don't know where my view count went, or I took it away. All right, let me move this. Why am I upset about a tie? Because at a tie, these two teams have a better record than us. Now, keep in mind, we have 5 games left. If we win out, this is with us losing to Minnesota. I want us to beat them. If we beat them and we win out, okay, then we're the 6th seed. We essentially have to win every game. Now, if we go, look at what I did here. The Giants, I gave them a loss. The Commanders are off. They're off. If we go to week 15, now let me see. If I click here, look what happens. Now Seattle gets in, okay? Now, let's go back to week 14. Let's give us an L. We get in. All right? We get in. That tie hurt us. It still hurt us. But here's what you are rooting for. If the Lions lose this coming week 14, we need a New York Giant win in week 15. We need to handle our business. But now that whole 8-9 scenario, that's probably out the window. I haven't done it yet. So we took care of business today. Now, if Jimmy G's out, the San Francisco 49ers could fall apart. All right? We need this to happen. Now, if we beat them, fine. And we can get the 6th seed. So if we win every game, we good. Then the tie helped us. If we lose one, so either this one or let's say we win this game, okay, but we lose to the Jets in week 15. We can still get in. All right, so and then neither one of them teams make it. So we still good, but the tie pretty much threw away the 8-9 scenario. So I'm telling you right now the Detroit Lions can only lose one more game. You see it with your own eyes. We can get in. I've done this. This is what I do. I'm doing this since week 1. All right? I was waiting on that game to end. That's what I was waiting on. If the Rams, I don't see the Rams beating Seattle at all. Now they do have, so we can afford one more loss. That's it. So the 9-8 scenario is probably out the door. I'll do that tomorrow, and I'll show you, okay? So if we beat the Minnesota Vikings, we cannot lose more than one, but we knew that to begin with. All right, let me bring in this view count real quick, and we'll get this thing started. I wanted to, man, this is what I do, y'all. I was cheering for a tie, then you explained it. Yeah, okay. And no, I'm enjoying the win. All right, let's get this going. I'm sitting there at the edge of my seat, bro, because this is what I do. All right. But let's get this segment started. We're going to bring in, hold on, before we do that, let me bring in YouTube so I can bring up, I'm going to upload Dan Campbell's press conference so that we can get along with that. But the Lions did win. They took care of business, and it all starts there. You have to be able to take care of your business, and you did. Without them taking care of business, it's over. Like, if the Lions would have lost this game, okay, that means that they can't lose another game at all. Now, Jameson Williams looked upset, but that's because the dude's a football player. He wants to play. Okay, I don't know why I can't find a Detroit Lions YouTube channel real quick. Detroit Lions YouTube channel, let me cue that up. The post game. Did they have a post game? All right, somebody do me a favor and let me know when the post game is live. It's not even up. All right, so let's get this started. Let me bring up ESPN real quick. Man, this is what I do, man. Like I be doing this stuff long before, the season is going on. And wait a minute. The Rams are beating the Seahawks. Wait a minute now. The Rams are beating the Seahawks. Well. Now, y'all want a draft pick. I want to make the playoffs. I don't care about that draft pick right now. I want to make the playoffs. A Seahawks loss will be catastrophic for them. They already on the outside looking in. 6-6. We right behind them. We're a game and a half back. This is what I do. All right, let me pull up the Detroit Lions and see what happened there. Man. Okay, let me pull up the team stats and let's get this thing going. Because I gotta make my video. All right, the Detroit Lions win in blowout fashion. They handled their business against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Trevor Lawrence went down at the end of the first half when I thought that was a meaningless play. They were already down big. No need. You had like 5 seconds left. Could have injured your franchise quarterback. Thankfully, he came back. It didn't look as bad as it was, and I was happy to see that. But the Detroit Lions took care of business from Jump Street. The first possession for the Jacksonville Jaguars turned into a fumble. Great work by Deshaun Elliott. I think he's the one that caused the fumble. And the Detroit Lions took that and scored. The Detroit Lions, if I'm not mistaken, did not punt all game long. St. Brown, over 100 yards. Jameson Williams. Everybody was waiting on him. The crowd even began to chant J-Mo. All right? Jameson Williams needs snaps. All right? You guys, some of you didn't want him to play for 2 years. Because let's be clear. Jameson Williams ain't playing the preseason, okay? He's not, all right? And September of 2023 will be almost 2 years since he took his last snap on the field. So it was good to see. From my count, he was on for 3 snaps, okay? 1 target, 1 incompletion. He ran out of bounds. It wouldn't have counted anyway, all right? So many good things. We were only penalized twice, as far as I know. Clean game. One thing about the Detroit Lions, their wins have been disciplined. They've been disciplined wins. Fantastic showing for the Detroit Lions. James Houston, another sack. Again, shout out to Coach Prime taking the job at Colorado, but he did his thing. He set them boys up nice in Jackson State. 3 sacks in essentially 2 games. Aiden Hutchinson, not a bust. 6.5 sacks. Okay? Don't forget, Chase Young had 7.5 his rookie year. He won Defensive Rookie of the Year. Now, he did have 3 forced fumbles, or 4 forced fumbles, 3 fumble recoveries, or something like that. But Hutch has 1 fumble recovery and 2 interceptions. I don't know what Sauce did today, but Aiden stepped up. Kaminsky, such a good showing. Now, the Detroit Lions were the healthiest they've been since we faced the Minnesota Vikings, right? Now, if you look at game 1 against the Philadelphia Eagles, got down early, came back. Running quarterbacks, they give us a problem. We know this, right? Came back. Number 2, game 2, dominated the Washington Commanders, okay? Game 3, went up against Kirk Cousins. We all know what happened there, okay? We could easily be 2-1 at that point in the season. But what happened was St. Brown and DeAndre Swift both were injured that game, all right? And they haven't really been healthy since. Today was what you could see from a full team. They only allowed 14 points. Now, the Detroit Lions are 4-1 since trading away T.J. Hockenson and from firing Aubrey Pleasant. Whatever it was, it worked. It worked. Even if Aubrey was the scapegoat, it worked. The Detroit Lions are 4-1 in their last 5 games. 3-1 in the month of December. Great showing by everyone. Alex Anzalone. Not too much from Jeff Okudah. Christian Kirk had a nice game, but St. Brown had a better one, okay? The team is showing you that they can win. Now, I just got to say this. I got to take my shot at the tankers. If you wanted to tank, you should be ashamed of yourself because winning feels so much better. And these guys going out here, Jameson Williams was ticked off today. Why? When the team is blowing out the Jacksonville Jaguars, they showed him on the sideline, and he was mad because he is a football player who wants to play and wants to win. And you're going to ask these guys to tank. Now, the Detroit Lions did move up into the 9th seed today with a win and a Falcons loss. We need a lot of help, and we just went over it before we went live, what the tie does. The tie can help or hurt the Detroit Lions. Detroit Lions most definitely probably now are going to have to go 9-8, which means they got 1 loss in them. Minnesota won on a squeaker. The Jets gave that one away. All right? So, the Detroit Lions, man, there's really not a lot of negative takeaways. Jared Goff played a phenomenal game today. No turnovers, and there was only 1 in the game. And today, he didn't even throw a potential turnover, okay? It was a clean game from JG. I saw more good passes than I saw bad, all right? So, are the Detroit Lions going to take a quarterback? I don't know. Do you want them to take a quarterback? That's up to you. But right now, the Detroit Lions are playing some good football. We are 1 stop away again. All our losses have come against teams over 500. Our last loss coming against the Buffalo Bills. All right? This team, they can win. We can win with Jared Goff. If they keep playing like this, we can win. There's 2 teams that scare me. The Minnesota Vikings, even at home, and the New York Jets. All right? But if we keep playing this type of football from DeAndre Swift, Jamal Williams got his 4th team TD. If we keep playing like this, we can beat anybody in the league, and that's 100%. That's 100%. So very proud of this team, 5-7. We've almost doubled our win total from last year. We started off 1-6, okay? And in that time, the Detroit Lions are 5-1 since being 1-6. That's a big deal. Those losses early in the season, the one to the Buffalo Bills, they may come back to haunt us, but right now, we got 5 games left. We got 2 games at home and 3 on the road. Okay? I've already showed most of the people, the scenario about the Lions getting in the playoffs, it's very possible now. Right now, we're 2 spots outside. Right now, we could really use a Seahawks loss. That tie kind of put us out real quick. But listen, proud of this team. A lot of good defense held the offense, who just battled the Baltimore Ravens, who seem to just win games. They won today by 1, I believe. We held them to 14 points. Great game by the Detroit Lions. Proud of this team. 5-7, okay? 9th seed in the NFC. Don't forget, guys, 5 weeks ago, this Detroit Lions team, when we were talking about Dan Campbell being fired potentially, what he has to do next year, is Brad Holmes drafting right? Since that time, they went from the first pick in the draft, number 16 in the NFC, to number 9. They've jumped by almost 8 spots. That is tremendous. And that's a team that does not want to stop fighting, so neither should we. Congratulations, Detroit Lions remain 2nd in the North, move to 9th in the NFC, and are now, as far as I know, still 2 games out of the last playoff spot. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. How do you feel about this win? Feels good to me. And I'm telling you, winning over tanking any day. All right, y'all. Appreciate y'all, man. Okay, so the video's done. I just got to upload that to my YouTube channel. Still no word on the post-game show. Like I said, somebody let me know if it comes up. I will definitely bring that in. But the Detroit Lions, man, phenomenal day. I want to say only 2 penalties on the day. Fantastic showing from everyone involved. Man, it doesn't winning feel good, y'all? Doesn't winning feel good? Like, right? Winning feels fantastic. And if you could go back to 1-6 and you take those feelings, doesn't this feel much better? Oh, I forgot to play the intro and outro. That's all right. It ain't a changer. I forgot to do it though. Nate says it's phenomenal. Absolutely. I thought Levis was injured. Jags are a classy organization. Yes, winning is great. Feels great, but it hurts when you think of the games we lost that we could have easily had. And that's facts, bro. That's 100%. And I'm gonna tell you what, if we miss out on the playoffs by a couple games, that's gonna haunt me. Am I gonna be like sad? Nah. I'm gonna be disappointed because that's really gonna haunt me when it comes to the Lions and what we could have had, especially if I say 9-8. Lions mania, you changed it again. Lions will use top picks to inject terror into the defense. Well, I'll tell you what, Jalen Carter, he picked up the LSU quarterback yesterday with one arm. I mean, the dude is super skinny. So he looks like he under 200 pounds, but still, this guy picked up the quarterback with one arm. So he's going to be a nightmare for opposing offenses. So Lions win, man. And I want to hear some thoughts. I'm trying to upload this video real quick, and we'll get going. But I'm happy. I'm proud. It feels good, right? Feels good to win. Feels great to win. And I don't ever want to be I don't want to lose. I mean, I was bummed. We won 3 in a row. We lost to the Buffalo Bills the way we lost, and I was bummed out. Like, it ruined my entire day. My wife was like, "Are you okay?" It's like, "Yeah, I'm all right." But imagine 6-6. Imagine a 5-game winning streak. We literally would have been, but I tell you what, the Vikings ain't taking us lightly. And maybe J-Mo shakes that rust off. You know, he ain't played in almost a year. And listen, today was big. Today was big. I'm going to tell you why. A year ago, the Lions didn't have a win. We got our first win today. Beat the Minnesota Vikings, walk-off fashion, dramatic. We got a win. Big deal. Not only that, November 30th, just a week ago, Wednesday, as a matter of fact, the Oxford situation happened, and the Detroit Lions won for the city of Oxford, the school of Oxford, and those people in those communities. And how fitting it is that the Lions get a W in such, beat down fashion after, the same day that they won their first game last year and the anniversary of the Oxford situation. So kudos to our team, man. And I'm proud of them. Okay, move to 5-7. I think the Lions could easily be 8-2 or right now I think we could be 10-2. I'm going to tell you the truth. J-Mo was a smoke screen today, going to blow it up in Minnesota. Eric, I hope so. I hope so. I think the Lions could easily be 8-2. I really do. Patriots game got out of our hands, and it was another one too. The Dallas game, feel like we could have won that one too, but I'll give you Dallas. It might be one I'm missing in there as well, but I think the Lions could easily be 8-2 for real. Yes, the Vikings is at home. Yep, J-Mo was a smoke. I missed the game on purpose. Every time I watch, we lose, so you are welcome. Well, Brent, appreciate the superstition, bro, and you taking a back seat. Did you check it on your phone? That's the question. Did you check it on your phone? Because that also counts. Yep, we are at home. We're going to see a lot of J-Mo in Minnesota. Oh, yeah, so you are on. Hold on, bro. All right. Yep. Okay, so I am waiting on anything from Dan Campbell yet. But while we're waiting on that, we will go from. Usually we go over. I'm trying to upload this video, y'all. I'm sorry. Trying to do two things at once. And when that's done, so I apologize for that. One-man show, man. Okay, go here. Control C. I got to finish tagging it, and we'll be good to go. But what we'll do is we'll look up, and we will. What is happening here, man? I'm sorry, y'all. I'm trying to wait on the press conference to show up while tagging my video. That would have been great to have this up while that's happening. What a game. Thank you so much for letting me watch it. Flying. Yeah, man. Listen, bro. I'm sorry for the stuttering, but I guess my computer is not maxed out, but doing a ton. So it slows down on the browser. So maybe I'll try to work on a way where I bring in another webcam and maybe just show the TV or something like that so you guys can watch. It'll be weird. It won't be as clear, but it will be no lag at all. So we'll figure that out. All right. Let me see this. Okay. Let me do that. Then let me just set the thumbnail real quick. Okay, got to go here, got to go there. 5 and 7 feel good though, don't it? All right, let me do this. We're going to save that. Okay. Now when it's finished, then we'll be good to go. All right, now we will do this. Again, let me check real quick about the post-game show to see if it's up. Hey, I want to say thank you guys for making this like it might not be the #1 post-game show, but we're up there, man. We averaged 2,000 views. The phone calls, man, I appreciate that. This is what I always wanted to do. I wanted to give back to the people. Thanks for the Pittsburgh Steelers, too. They beat the Atlanta Falcons, which allowed us to move to the 9th seed. So appreciate that, man. All right, let me see. Detroit Lions. Okay, I don't see it. So they might not be having a post-game show. Does anybody see the post-game show? Because I don't see it at all. Usually it's set up and Danny Rogers will be live or something, and I don't know, maybe she's sick. Yeah, I don't see it at all. But I do have it pulled up and ready if they get on. Is the Commanders and Giants tying a plus or minus? Okay, random, I just went over that. It's like both. They could both miss out, but they could also both put us out. So if we drop one more, we can only afford to drop one more. Now the 8 and 9 scenario is probably out the question. But I have to do that. I have to go through that and see. But it's weird, man. There's no post-game show set up. It's on Twitter. Why is it on Twitter? Why is the post-game show on Twitter and not on DetroitLions.com? Okay. Okay, Flying, I will definitely read that probably sometime tomorrow, man. It's on. Why did they put it on Twitter? Okay, let me pull it up because that's a tradition. I'm sorry, y'all. The Lions are throwing me off today. Twitter. So the entire post-game show is on Twitter. What is the point of that? All right, so... Okay, if anybody sees it, if they could shoot me a DM, I would appreciate that because I don't have to type them in and see. They're messing up my flow, bro. They're messing up my flow. Okay. Going to search Detroit Lions. Okay. Yeah, if anybody sees it, just shoot me a DM. Oh, it's over already? Come on, man. Okay. So they messing with us. All right, let's do this then. If it pops up, I'll definitely keep you guys posted. You guys keep me posted. Let's move into what we usually do with the stats, man. Okay, we're going to go team stats. Going to blow this up. All right, so let's go and look. Nope, not that one. All right, let's look at the team stats for the Detroit Lions. I'm going to blow this up so you guys can see it. Okay. And then I guess we'll go straight into phone calls. The Detroit Lions, 14-40. Fantastic showing. They had 31 first downs. They had 21 from passing, 8 from rushing. Look at this, man. We got 2 first downs for penalty. Look at our third down, 75%. This is how you win games. We didn't go for it on fourth down one time. We had 19 more plays than they did. We had almost 200 more yards than they did. And I noticed that the drives there weren't that many. Usually it's anywhere from 9 to 12 in a game, but we usually average about 10 or 11, so it was one less drive. Had more yards than them by 1 per play. Look at this. Passing, Jared Goff, 337 yards. He went 31 for 41. Almost 8 yards a pass. That's fantastic. No interceptions. And he was sacked twice for a loss of 3. We outrushed them. Now Jared Goff threw the ball 41 times, and we still rushed for 31. That is a balanced attack. We didn't gain that many per play. And listen, look at this. Fantastic. 4 for 4 in the red zone. The Detroit Lions, I want to say, have maybe the 4th ranked. It's either 4th or 7th, somewhere between there, ranked offense and we had 1 penalty, 1 accepted penalty. 1. When we win, we have 0 to no penalties and no turnovers. Fumbles, none for us, 1 for them. Jared Goff, turnover-free game. He looked good out there. And time of possession. So we won the TOP battle. We won the turnover battle. We went 100% in the red zone. Coming into this game, okay, Jacksonville was the more superior team on the stat sheet. In defense, in rushing yards allowed, and we put up 5 more than they did. That's how you win games, y'all. That's how you win games. So what we're going to do now, since there's no post-game show, which is super weird to me, then I am going to I guess, take phone calls. And now that there's no post-game show for us to watch, then I guess we'll cut this and I'll get on to do the second game. I'm kind of disappointed, man, because I was looking forward to seeing Dan Campbell's reaction and what everybody had to say. That kind of bums me out. So what we're going to do now, I'm going to sell, okay? Hold on, because I have to disconnect the device that's already paired, and then I will bring in the phone lines. Goff outduels Lawrence. Absolutely. Okay, so I feel weird, man. Usually I'm doing all of this while the game is happening. Okay, all right. Thank you, Mr. Poole. Okay, so let me do this. Let's listen to Jared Goff. I appreciate that, bro, because I needed that. Oh, it's present. Why is, bruh? Thank you, Mr. Poole. Why is it so? Remember I said that they got some type of deal? They must have had some type of. Okay, Mr. Poole, did this just start? Uh-oh. So it just started, but for some reason it's not on their YouTube channel. It's on. All right. So I think it's also live, so you can't rewind. Apparently you can't rewind. So now it's live, so I'll wait on Dan Campbell to come in. I was so mad when they tied. I saw the show on the Lions app, but it was having audio issues. Yeah, Lomas is waving somebody down. Right? I don't know what's going on, y'all. I'm sorry. They're completely throwing me off with how we do things. Right now, my video is checking for restrictions, and once that's out, I can upload it. Thank you, Mr. Poole, man. I appreciate that. Right now, they're bringing over Jason Hansen. But it's live, so I can't seem to rewind it. Is it over? I can't seem to rewind it. It says it's live. Post-game show. Yeah, I can't rewind it at all. So Jared Goff has already been on the podium, and I'm sorry, y'all, but they completely threw me off with this. But I guess what we'll do is we'll just open the phone lines up. Let me go ahead and set this up, and then we'll take phone calls. How long have we been on? They really messed me up, man. What are you doing? All right, we've been on for 25 minutes. So what we'll do is we'll just open up the phone lines right now. Let me do this real quick, and we will be back, I guess. Let me put on my theme song. Put on my theme song real quick. All right, we should be good. So the post-game show, unfortunately, we're not going to be able to see. It's live on Twitter, and apparently they don't let you rewind. But we do got a regular caller on the line, man. Let's take a listen. All right, D-Money, what's up, bro?
Hey, what's up, bro? How you doing?
I'm doing great, man. How are you?
I'm alive, man. That 1 point loss was painful.
It was painful because that's the difference from 6. I'm telling you, man, we could be 6-6, but you know they had us 1 point underdogs to Jacksonville. We beat them by 26.
Man, I don't understand that 1 point underdog. That didn't make no sense to me. I'm like, this team's been competitive with playoff teams. You got us a 1 point underdog against Jacksonville?
Yeah.
What?
Yep. Disrespect, man, but we came out. Tell us what you thought of the win, man. The good, the bad, the ugly, whatever you thought.
There was no ugly. I mean, just outright, like, there was nothing ugly about that game. I think they held them right around 250 yards of total offense, which is something the Lions have not done. They held Lawrence in check. They held that whole offense in check. Our offense did not back down. They grabbed them by the neck, they held them down, and they didn't stop. So, that was something that we've seen, obviously, all season the Lions not do is play defensive football, and they did it. I mean, the defense finally came out and did something.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying all game long is to keep the foot on their throat, something they haven't really done a ton this season, and I think it's cost them. But today, man, came out, created a turnover the first series, and never looked back, bro. Never. I don't think they punted one time today, which is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Shows us. What do you think of Jameson Williams, bro? His first 3 snaps.
Man, he ran out of bounds on that one. Wouldn't have counted anyways, but I think they're trying to get him out there on the field, get him to, just kind of get him the overall feel of it. I would have thought it would have been cool to utilize him, but, he's fresh off the injury. Let him get out there, kind of feel the atmosphere. I think how they're playing him in is smart, slowly, not just rushing him out on the field and, expecting huge numbers out of him. So, but it feels good to actually see him out there because, he does feel like he's going to be a difference maker. So it felt good seeing him out there.
Yeah, it was great to see DJ Chark as well, too, man. And I think, I'll tell you what, if To me, the wide receiver market is not that stacked coming out this year. If Chark, and we're going to be paying DJ Chark anyway, so if he can do what he did today, like 5 out of the 6 games, bro, I say bring him back. He'll have the whole off season to let that ankle heal, and he showed out today, man, and it was great to see. But D, man, I appreciate you, bro. 5-7. How are you feeling right now heading into Minnesota? I know we got the victory. We got Victory Monday, but we got to get on to Minnesota, man. Give us your thoughts?
We stayed close on Minnesota that first game around, and this team has definitely gotten better. I mean, we kept it close with Buffalo, and we've kept it close all year with all these teams. Minnesota they're a great team. They got like an explosive offense, and I know that we've struggled with that, but this team is really coming along on all cylinders. And I don't see why the Lions can't get a W against Minnesota. I really don't see why they couldn't win out if they really put everything into it. It's not like this team is incapable of getting big wins.
I agree. And one thing, I think if we can pressure Kirk, then we can win this game. So I'm with you, man. I picked us winning. I'm gonna stick with it. But right now, man, 5-7, we got the W. So we're 4 out of the last 5, man. How about that?
Dude, I was actually just talking to my buddy about that because he sent me a thing and said your Lions won again. He goes, wait, the Lions were 1-6, right? And I'm like, yeah. And he was like, have y'all really won 4 out of 5? And I'm like, yeah, surprisingly. I'm not sure where our Lions went, but yeah, this is a good feeling.
Absolutely, man. It's more than that, bro. It's great.
Oh, for sure. By the way, you was talking about where Hawk stood up, not Hawk, but Aiden stood up to Sauce. So I delved into that a little bit. I think Sauce has 22 covers. He's got more tackles than Aiden does, but on paper, Aiden's got the fumble recovery. He's got 2 picks of his own. He's got the sack total. I think Aiden all around is playing better than any rookie in the league right now.
Well, I have to rely on other people for Sauce stuff. I don't really dive into him a lot, but I could see if Aiden keeps this up in 2 more sacks, he will have out-sacked Chase Young in his rookie year. So Chase wound up with 7.5 and 4 forced fumbles and 3 recoveries. So he was definitely a force, but to have 6.5 with 5 games left, man, I think that's pretty solid.
Yep. I'll leave on one more note, bro. I will say this. I know every time I've called you, I've made a reference to the fact that when Aiden gets a sack, we win the game. And I'm just saying, I don't know if it's good juju or what it is, but he got a sack today. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, well, listen, keep on saying it, bro. And I think he gets to Kirk. I really do. I think he gets to Cousins next week.
Oh, I hope he does. I mean, I think this defense is really tagging along. They filled in a lot of gaps. And, like I said, this team, they went from ankle biting to really trying to take you down to the wire. And we've seen it with Buffalo last week. It was a heartbreaking loss, but we're not giving up. So,
Yeah, exactly, man. Exactly, bro. I appreciate you, D. I will talk to you next week, my brother.
Be easy, Derek.
All right, man. You too. Yeah. All right, so the post-game show is up, but we have already gone past that. I don't know why they put it on Twitter like that, man. I think they had some deal. All right, so I see you, David. I'm going to unmute you now. All right, we're on the line with Dave.
What's up?
What's up, Dave?
Not much, Derek. You?
Man, I'm happy we won. Kind of disappointed in the tie, but I'm not going to let that take my mojo away today. Lions got the W, man.
Yeah, that's all that matters, man. We got to take care of our business first.
100%. So tell us how you feeling about this game, my brother.
I'm feeling good. Real quick though, I know I want to talk about the quarterback. I know it's kind of a hot topic right now, but I don't we don't need to draft a quarterback this year. We're winning games with Goff. We can win with him. We don't need to go and get a quarterback in the first round.
Yeah, and when I talk to people about the quarterback situation, I think it really does depend on how much does Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell believe in Jared Goff, and how much do you believe in the prospect. So if you feel like right now, Bryce Young doesn't look like an option for the Lions, and I don't know if the Rams are still winning, but right now, he might not be an option. So if you feel like it's a can't miss, what do you do? So I think we can win with Goff. I know a lot of people in the chat were talking about when his contract is over, he might want more money. But right now, we got him for 2 more years, and I think it's going to be a hot topic, Dave, throughout the offseason, man. I think, personally, Goff stays, and will we draft a quarterback? I'm not sure. I can see us taking one maybe in the later rounds, maybe. I know we don't have a 4th-round pick, so it would have to be in the 3rd that we take a quarterback. I can see that happen, but I know a lot of people feel like it's Bryce or nothing. So I agree with you right there. We just don't know what they're going to do.
Yeah, I agree. Like it would be nice to have a mobile quarterback for like when like plays start to break down and like he has no one to throw to. Then at least he can get either a couple yards or a first down with his legs.
Yes,
but I don't want a quarterback that's like going to over pursue on like trying to run and like just trying to make something out of his legs. Because then that's when they get hurt because they're more focusing on running than trying to throw the ball.
Well, I don't know what happened to Lamar today, if he was injured on a scramble or a design run or anything like that. I know he didn't finish the game. Not sure how he got injured, but I agree with you on that, and that's one of my biggest concerns of a dual threat, aka mobile QB. And I think a lot of fans want that quarterback that can create with their legs, and that's fine as long as he is not a runner first, because I think that those quarterbacks rely a little too much on their legs, and I just don't want to see my guy get hurt. I don't want to see my guy get hurt.
Yeah, I agree. Like, I'm gonna kind of go back a little bit. Like, I don't know if you actually like when that UFC game on Friday. Like, if you look at Caleb Williams, he was more focusing on trying to run around and make something happen, and then instead of just like throwing the ball. Like, and then that's how he got hurt. And then the entire game he's limping. And then if you look at Trevor Lawrence, yeah, he's both, but he only ran when he needed to. And got the first down. Like, that's the kind of quarterback we need.
Yes, and I could have that. I think you know what? I'm not going to say that Goff is mobile. I think he could do more. I think he chooses to pass a lot as far as when he's scrambling and stuff like that. But he's definitely not a mobile QB. But I understand 100%. And I would like to see that as well. But that's if we didn't have Goff. And if Brad Holmes feels like that the guy is there and he wants to take him, that's all I'll say. It's take him. But we better not have the last ranked defense. That's all I'll say. Like,
right, yes,
you know what I mean?
I agree.
So, but Dave,
yeah.
I appreciate you, bro, and appreciate the support on the other.
Real quick, Derek. Sorry.
Yeah.
Swift. I'm kind of with you. I feel like he's not hurt. Like, I think it's a mental, because if you look at the Bills game and today, like, he ran hard and like he wasn't giving up on the play. So I think it's not injury. I think it's mental.
Yeah, well, this was the first day, man, he was off the injury report. He didn't show up at all. He was off. So I agree. He ran a lot harder today. It wasn't like the typical scatty-backy DeAndre Swift, man. He looked like he was trying to run in between the tackles. He looked good, man. Did what we needed him to do. So hopefully he's healthy, bro. But I appreciate you, man.
Yeah, appreciate you, Derek. Thanks for letting me call in, man, and talk about my team.
Hey, thank you for calling in, man. I appreciate it. All right, Dave, I'll see you tomorrow, man.
All right, you take it easy.
Yep, you too. All right, a lot of debating going on in the so I'm gonna take the people that called first. If you've called before, so I see you. I see your name there. So John, I'm gonna unmute you. When I unmute you, you can go. Well, all right, we're on the line with John. What's up, man? I'm fine. How are you?
Oh, I am so proud of that team today.
Absolutely.
But I have a couple ideas for it, and you might think I'm crazy on this to say. I think after the season, just for more defense, or even get a running back later. But I would say trade Swift. You might think I'm crazy saying this, but what he's been so mediocre, trade him for a second-round pick. That would give us 3 second-round picks, and I think that quarterback from Purdue last night in the Michigan game, I was very impressed. I know his brother passed away.
Yeah.
But that kid he was impressive at taking a 3rd round.
What is his name? I forgot his last name.
Golf could still be there. Golf could be there, but he could mentor this kid. to when Golf gets ready to leave, he can mentor him there. And what the heck? Not that I say don't waste a big pick on a quarterback, but somebody we could actually train and do the job.
Okay, so you're saying get rid of Swift for an extra second-round pick, right?
Yes.
And then take
Produce quarterback in the third round.
In the third round. So we have because
the defense.
Yep.
And we had defense all first round, the 2 picks first round, the 3 picks in the second round. Go after that Purdue quarterback if nobody takes him, and then you got and keep Golf, and then have him train this new guy, and see what happens.
You know what, John? I think a lot of Lions fans, man, they want more than mediocre. I think that's what the problem is. I think a lot of them feel that that Golf is mediocre, and I think they want. So if you're gonna, because I know for a lot of Lions fans, it's Bryce Young or bust. Like I'm not on that train. I want us to have a top 5 defense. I want us to be.
I want our top. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Use the first 2 picks in the first, and if we get another second round, use all 3 for defense. Then go after what kind of quarterback we.
Yeah, I mean, watching Patrick Mahomes create. I know last week he juked out 2 people, made a throw. That stuff is fantastic, and if we had that guy, then good. But I think that we can win with Golf, though. I do believe that.
I can believe we win with Golf.
Yeah.
I'm just saying future.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we got to.
He ain't going to be there forever.
Yeah, we got to address that soon.
This other quarterback we got right now, the backup, I don't even know what he's about.
Yeah, he's terrible. Nate Sudfeld is horrendous. And if Golf gets hurt, we probably won't win another game. Like, it'd have to be carried through everybody but him.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
Well, that's why why they picked him up. I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know either, but he's, hopefully we don't ever have to see him. But, John, I appreciate you, man. Give us your thoughts before you get out of here on next week. What are you thinking about Minnesota?
We're going to stomp them.
Oh, okay.
They barely beat Jets today. We're going to stomp them.
Going to stomp them. I would love that.
I'm telling you right now, defense is coming to life, and we're going to Aiden Hud's going to have 3 sacks.
Ooh,
I can see it.
3 sacks. That'll put us at 9.5. He'll be tied with Nick Bosa's rookie year with 4 games left. I love it, bro. I love it. John, thank you as usual. Thank you, man.
Hey, you have a good one, sir. We'll talk to you later, buddy.
Talk to you soon.
Keep up the good work.
Thank you, sir.
Yep, right.
All right, bye-bye. All right, so we got 4 people left on the line. Okay, Mr. Poole, I see you, bro. I see you. Can't really deal with that right now, but, yeah, I see you. All right, so we got 3 people on the line. What's going to happen? You haven't called in before, so I'm going to vet you real quick. All right? So when you hear unmuted, I'm going to talk to you, get your name, stuff like that, and then next time you call, I'll know who you are. You won't have to be vetted. So just give me a second, guys.
Hey, this is Jason, Thunder 79. I thought I was unmuted.
All right, we got Jason on the line. What's going on, man?
Yo, man, I am so proud of this team today. I mean, it's the first game in such a long time. I mean, first, we're playing meaningful football in December, which is absolutely wild. Absolutely wild. Secondly, we absolutely just, handled our business today. I mean, to come in and absolutely just dominate from pillar to post. There was no, sometimes we win games like the Washington game this year where, we're winning, we're ahead, multiple scores, but it looks like it's going to get dicey at the end. There was never any feel that we could even come close to losing this game.
Yeah. Yeah. And
it's just.
This is the second time I felt like that. No, this is the second time I felt like that this season. It was one of the wins against the Giants. Like the Giants, we were like, man, we're going to win this game. And this was from the fumble We dominated, man, in everything. Time of possession is ridiculous. We went 4 for 4 in the red zone. Just it felt like we were dominating, and you knew it. We didn't punt the entire game, I don't think. So domination,
Right.
bro, from start to finish.
Right. I mean, when you score on every drive, it takes away a lot of the nervousness and the, oh my God, what is this team going to do? But I got to tell you, and we haven't talked, I haven't been on the stream in a couple weeks. So I haven't been on since the first of the 3 wins. Just because I've been busy on Sundays. But
Okay.
man, that Giants game, and not for nothing, it hurts to lose on Thanksgiving like that, especially the second Thanksgiving in a row to lose on a game-ending kick like that. Like, that stuff hurts. But man, I came in and I said, you know what? Listen, we lost by 3 points to a Super Bowl contender. Actually, we've lost by 3 points to 2 Super Bowl contenders, right? Because
Yep.
the Eagles week 1.
Yep.
And I'm just like, man, this team is really doing something.
Yeah.
I was talking to another Lions fan today on Discord, and they're like, no, I don't think they're going to win. I don't think they're going to beat the Vikings. I don't think they're going to beat the Jets. I don't think they're going to beat the Packers at Lambeau. But I'm like, man, I think they're going to win one of those 3, maybe 2 of those 3.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think they can beat the Jets. I think the Jets are an infinitely beatable team.
Yeah, they seem like they're falling apart too. Like they, you know what I mean? Like they won last week, I think, but the games they've lost, they seem just like they could win them, but they don't. Very similar to us. So 100%.
Right.
And the last 3 losses have been by 10 points. Yeah,
Yep.
a combined 10
And
points for us.
it's such a turnaround. The feel of the team is so different.
Yeah.
Like, I'm all over it. I'm all in. I'm drinking the Honolulu Blue Kool-Aid.
And listen, now you're going into it like you expect us to win. Like you feel like we can win. I feel like we can beat Minnesota. I feel like we can beat the Jets. I feel like we can beat. So that's, and then to be a 1-point underdog today and put up 40, we beat them by 26. Like, come on, man. So we can score.
Well, I mean, that's like the NFL disrespect, though, right? Like, we are always, like, doesn't matter what we did the week before, doesn't matter what we've done the last 4 weeks. They're always going to, same record, and it's the Lions, so we're going to make them an underdog at home. A home dog. Like, really?
Yeah. Yeah. By a team that's, I mean, we got the same record, and, I mean, I get it, bro, but Jason, man, listen, bro, I got a couple more people on the line. Appreciate you calling and being here. Always appreciate the support, man. Thank you.
So glad to talk to you.
Wait. Thoughts next week. Thoughts next week, because I won't.
Thoughts next week.
Yeah.
It's winnable. It's at home. It's a team that we had. We had them in Minnesota and let it slip away. It's winnable.
Yeah.
It's absolutely. I don't think we're going to stop them, but it's definitely winnable.
Okay. All right. Well, there you go. All right, man. I appreciate you, bro. I'll see you next week.
Thanks for taking the call.
Thank you. All right, so I messed up completely. I didn't press the whole muted system, so you heard them, but you didn't hear me. That was an absolute disaster. We got 2 more people on the line. Give me 1 second. We're on the line with Flying Hawaiian, man. Been rocking with me for a while. How you doing, buddy?
What's up, Derek? How are you?
I am great, man. 5-7 feels better than 4-8, and back to in the win column. I'm happy, man. Tell us your thoughts about this game.
About the game itself, I mean, I was excited about the Seahawks game, at the start of the season, and I was just so bummed that the defense couldn't do anything, get no stops, and look how far we've come.
Yeah.
You know, the offense is still clicking. I mean, other than the Patriots game was kind of an anomaly, and the rest of the season, offense been pretty rolling, and now the defense is finally caught up. So I really like our chances through the last 5 games. I think the Jets and the Vikes, I think you could flip a coin. Like earlier, I thought, okay, you can flip a coin and say, well, they might beat the Vikes, they might lose against the Jets, or vice versa. But now I can see them. I can see them going full sweep.
Yeah.
Win out.
Yeah. I was thinking the same thing. Like, I mean, to win out would be 6 in a row. So that'd be a streak of 3, a streak of 6. That'd be insane, man, to have that happen, which would put us at 10 wins, and nobody saw that coming. Man, I feel the same as you, especially with this homestand. Like we're 1-1 now at home. Getting a home win against Minnesota would be solid. Put us at 6-7, going to play the Jets, and I think that'll put us in a prime position, man, with the last 4 weeks in December. So, what do you think is? You said if you had to choose a side, man, who wins next week? Lions or Minnesota?
If I had to choose a side, I'd pick Detroit.
All right, my man.
Okay.
And listen, man, we gonna figure out a way. We're gonna figure out a way to get you where it doesn't stutter and stuff like that for you watching the streams.
That could be a couple of different things. I don't know. It might be on your end. It might be on my end. There might be some things I could do.
Okay.
But real quick, I know you got another caller, and I know you got to, move this along. Just real quick, I want to apologize to you because every time you get mad and you start yelling, I feel like you're directing it right at me. I'm sure I'm just part of, a whole bunch of people that you're mad at. But so like today's show, you're like yelling like, now, don't anybody talk to me about playoffs because I was the only one calling. And you're right. I was one of the naysayers. I was like, what are you talking playoffs? You're trying to bring people down and this and that. But I'm telling you, just imagine living the next 20 years of your life and the highest the Lions ever get is second place in the division.
Yeah.
For the next 20 years. And that's what I've been through now.
Yes.
I got 20 years on you. So it's made me. I still cheer for the Lions. I still want them to win, but it's made me pessimistic in my thinking.
No, I completely.
You're
understand.
helping me turn that around.
Okay, I completely understand. I'm not talking to you. It's more of talking to the whole world of YouTube. But listen,
I'm not totally serious. I'm a little joking about it.
I understand that because when Matt Patricia was still our coach. And when we were, Bob Quinn fired Jim Caldwell, he hired Matt Patricia. And when we knew he was getting fired, I said to myself, I need Sheila to fire Bob Quinn as well. Like, you cannot, they were joined at the hip from the moment he got hired.
Yep.
And I was just like, if he doesn't get fired, I'm done. So you got 20 years on me, and I understand that. And I could only imagine what it would be 20 years from now watching that type of stuff. But I understand completely. And if it weren't for the progress that Sheila is making, then I would be the same.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's all that is. So the thing that was more toward the content creators because from 1-6, they were talking about the draft and flying. I just can't do it, man. The season is so short. I just don't want to be stuck on in this cycle of we're playing football, but we're talking about the offseason. It's old and I'm over it. So I just try to until we are mathematically eliminated, it's something I do. I've been like that since I've been on this platform. So I wasn't talking to you, man, but yeah. Appreciate you calling, man. And we'll figure this thing out about the stream.
Have a good night.
You too, man. Man, listen, yeah, some of this stuff is for show too. Like, I'm not like this ball of anger, what I'm saying, walking around in the world. Some of this stuff is a show. You know what I mean? Like, I'm here to kind of put on a show, so it might be exaggerated by a little bit. I would say the stuff you see on camera might be a little, maybe 10%, 10 to 15%, like more exaggerated. But it is me. It is me. But I know I like to, I like to have a good time and put on a good show. But I'm not talking. I was talking about content creators. One in particular, y'all know who I'm talking about, who was talking about the draft and doing draft stuff on a certain day. And I can't have it, okay? I can't have it. All right. Now we got one more person on the line, and that will end the segment. Let me just all right, we on the live with Lamont, and Lamont got a little story, man. I want to hear. Lamont, how you doing, man?
No, I'm good, baby. I'm good. Listen, I have watched Goff every throw because I'm a Ram fan. Goff is a good quarterback, a very good quarterback. And it pisses me off to be on Twitter and listen to these people dissect one throw from him and decide whether or not he's a good quarterback. It's almost like Lions fans want to have a fancy new toy that they can ride around the block. But you need a quarterback who can make the right pass, the right decision at the right time, and deliver the ball. Is Goff perfect? No. But I know the last time he played Patrick Mahomes, he beat him 54-51. I know when he was down 13-0 in the NFC Championship game on the road, he came back. He led his team back with no running game and won that game. So when they talk about Goff, when they compare him to Alex Smith or he's a mid quarterback, they're delusional. Is he the best thing going? No. But if you give him weapons, as we see, every game the Lions have had a competent wide receiver core, Goff has put up numbers. They've scored 30 points more times than any team in the NFL. And you tell me, what bad quarterback leads in a top 5, top 3 offense for 2 different teams? That's
okay.
Just bad quarterbacks just don't do that.
All right, now I like this perspective, and you're right, man. We are in it's like we go back and forth, and you got Stafford, you win the chip, you guys. I can't say I'm sorry for you, my man, because you know how I feel about.
Right.
I don't know if you know how I feel about the whole Stafford Detroit Rams thing. I absolutely hated
right.
it.
No,
It was sad to me, but congratulations on your chip, bro, and thank you for that pick that we about to get. But listen, I want from your point of view, what do you think the issue is with Detroit Lions fans and Jared Goff?
They look around the NFL and they see the Lamar Jackson highlights. I think fans only watch highlights. They don't watch full games of other quarterbacks. They watch highlights and determine whether or not a quarterback is good from the highlights. Listen, I watch a lot of football. I'm almost 50. Every quarterback misses wide receivers high. Every quarterback misses a wide open receiver. Everyone. There is no perfect quarterback. But these guys, I think, watch highlights and like, oh my God, I want this quarterback. I watch Lamar Jackson miss open guys all the time. I watch Justin. So let me go to my Josh Allen point. Josh Allen threw a ball in the dirt on 4th and 2 against Miami to lose that game. He blew the Viking game, literally. Couldn't handle a snap and then threw a horrible interception. Yeah. He beat the 32nd ranked Lions defense. And people are like, oh, I got to have Josh Allen. Goff couldn't get it done. When Goff did his job, he tied the game. Did I want him to deliver a better ball? Yes. But he still tied the game. The defense didn't hold up. They ended the bargain. But somehow it became all Goff's fault. I think there's context that's needed. And I think these guys, they see Justin Fields running around and they fall in love with that. But if you watch Justin Fields, he can't beat you from the pocket. And at some point, your quarterback is going to have to beat you from the pocket. In Goff, as you can see, he can beat you from the pocket. He reads defense very well. That dumb narrative about McVay was telling him where to go with the ball was always silly. Goff is in his 6th year in the NFL. He almost seen every defense, and he can read it and he can beat it if he has the weapons. Will he make mistakes? Yes, because all quarterbacks make mistakes. But the Lions can win with him. As you can see, if you give him weapons and time, you can win games.
Well, listen, man, I appreciate that. And like, the thing with Stafford, bro, for me was the narrative of the city. We knew that Stafford was not the problem. My beef was not necessarily against Stafford. It was like, do y'all know if he wins this, what it's going to bring to the city? And I think it might have been the wake up call that we needed to kind of build that team around a quarterback. Because The closest we've come was 2014. And but man, you got the chip and stuff like that, and a tough year this year. But I appreciate that perspective, because I think a lot of people, Detroit Lions fans, listen, I'm going to tell you the truth. Goff he has never had a chance here in the city. He hasn't. And it's funny because Russell Wilson looks like garbage. And they're talking about like he's done. And I'm like, I truly don't believe Russell Wilson is done. I don't think he's done. And I used to call Goff a strange man in a strange land. He went from L.A. to Detroit. He went from palm trees to snow. Right. He went from a loaded team to a team that we didn't even have receivers like to begin the year. And Goff is the problem. And I think that, like, hearing you say that, I think hopefully it should, sink into some Lions fans.
Yeah, it's great. Listen, Goff is having a better year than Dak Prescott, Kyler Murray, and Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
I mean, let's just keep.
But he's still the problem. He's still the problem, though, bro. I'm telling you right.
Yeah, he's the problem.
Yeah, but I appreciate that take, man, and thank you for
calling. Watch you. Yeah, you're doing a great job, man. I appreciate you. I watch you all the time. Keep up the good work.
Hey, man, you too. Thank you, sir. All right, that's what's up, man. And listen, I just believe if you want what you want, that's cool. You want a guy to move around in the pocket. You tired of Jared Goff. I get it, all right? But I think we got to be honest at the same time, and we got to say that if the Lions, like, the guy has 5 wins, okay? I believe truly that the Detroit Lions could be 8-2. I truly believe that if the defense was playing like they are now, I think the Lions could be 8-2 right now. I really believe that. So, man, with that being said, I hope everybody has a great Sunday. Feels good to win. It was tough to sit on that loss for 9 days and to come out. And I said this in my preview. I've been saying during the, if you guys are not subscribed to Syndicate Sports Detroit, check that out. We live every day over there. I said over there that the Detroit Lions were going to come out. They like the taste of winning. Okay, it's like your favorite dish. And for those who wanted to tank, no disrespect to the Rams fans, but I'm sure they wanted to go back-to-back. So to see them, who putting up a fight against Seattle right now, we kind of need their help. But to see them the way that they are, I'm sure they're not happy with that. You know what I'm saying? So the Detroit Lions come out. They win 4 out of 5. Man, what a phenomenal 6 weeks it's been. And let's get this W against Minnesota. Let's get revenge for giving them that game at their house. And let's do this thing, man. So with that being said, appreciate y'all. We will see you next time. Go Lions. And I forgot to do this, man, on my way in, and I'm kind of irritated, but we'll do it on the way out.